Welcome to a Drop Tent Media production.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, Dan. Finish up your text later.
I am not. I am promoting the podcast.
Oh.
This is the live content you get. I said going live immediately, and here we are.
Oh my God, that is so meta. I can't even wrap my head around it.
Professionalism, kinda. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm okay. There is a rather large absence in the podcast
Yeah,
today.
it's true. We were supposed to have a guest. He got stuck in a tire swing. I've heard.
And absorbed by stuck porn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I should have said he got stuck in a dryer. Damn it! While wearing a see-through shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we already in the news? Is this the news?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, yeah, Jim Gillespie was supposed to be our guest. Very funny. There was a scheduling conflict. Are we bitter? No, I'd say we'll get him on other times. And fuck him forever.
Yeah. No. Fucking forever.
Because I do say there are people that cancel, and I'm like, oh, we'll get you on later. And what I really mean is, fuck this person.
Yeah.
But I like Jim.
No, Jim's great. Jim is a force of nature. Happy to plug him, because he's not going to plug himself on the podcast.
Yeah,
he's super funny. You should check him out. His name is, I think, the Jim Gillespie on Insta. This guy is insane. He's a force of nature, and he can piss anybody and everyone off, which is the topic of our podcast. And to prove it, we were talking about like pissing both sides off. Jim has managed to piss both sides of this podcast off. So
that's true.
Yeah, he's made us mad.
No, I loved he's a wrecking ball of comedy and girth. So.
Yeah, he's one of the king size gentlemen of comedy as well.
And I'm not making these fat jokes because he isn't here. I would.
Oh, I had 100%.
Were he? And he's got a great jolly sense of humor about it.
Absolutely. And I can, because there are jokes, so I'm allowed to make them. Like he and I have a fat brotherhood.
I mean, you're like, oh, God damn it, I was gonna make a racial comparison and then thought, no, don't do that. You're like a less this person than a fully that person. But I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're learning some lessons from some of the previous episodes, and I'd like to see that.
You do?
No. I mean,
only because you're attached to
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Audience, and I'm sorry because I did pull up a picture of Jim just to give all the jokes
I
that
hope
you
you
just
the
heard.
I'm bisexual.
Yes, it is right there. Everyone can see it, but just to give it a little context.
Yeah, he's great.
Continue.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. We are part of a brotherhood. It's sort of a spectrum. We're not exactly on the same part of the spectrum. Although if you ask some of the people on the comments of some of our clips, they had some choice things to say about me and my relative girth and
That's
whatnot.
True. I've never seen because what I do is I post like our jokes. I take like 7 of the best and post them as YouTube shorts. And they all get pretty favorable like to dislike ratio,
Generally.
like in the 20-2 range. But you posted a joke about Staten Island, about Donald Trump's trial.
Yep.
About how his wife is some kind of mail order whore.
Yeah, gold digging whore, I believe, something like that.
Seen the dislikes roll in faster. You're at a 60-80 ratio right now, which is I'm glad we're getting that kind of engagement.
I like it. Yeah, I would be.
Right. Hold up, y'all.
Okay.
Dave's camera is freaking out. It's okay. I'm gonna try to get Dave out.
It's
hold on.
They
can hear you, but they cannot see you.
They can't handle my weight. I've dropped 5 pounds and the camera just can't handle it.
Yeah, you look good. I was gonna say that now that they can't see you.
Still 15.
There you are. We're
still
back
15 away from t-shirt weight.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
I get you.
Apologize.
See, that's why I'm jealous of fat people like you and Jim, though.
Why is that?
Because I only gain it like you guys can look like fat intimidating kind of because it like
sure.
yeah, it grows everywhere. Like I just have standard sections. So like I still have like if you just see the bottom half of me, I have skinny legs, skinny arms. So I'm like
Oh, yeah.
fat, but I'm not intimidating.
I know what you're saying. I have girth. I'm like kind of a broad guy,
Yeah,
even
you
when I'm
look like you could swing those
skinnier.
fucking things a
Yeah, I'm
little
a
bit.
pretty broadly built guy. So yeah, at least when I gain fat, it's all around, and it kind of gives me
All encompassing.
I get
Yeah.
kind of that like that dwarf look, like I'm short, but I'm like thick, and I'm strong.
Like the fucking juggernaut.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
It's an illusion. I'm winded. That's really
I
what's
can see you.
happening.
I could see you windmilling into a bunch of orcs, just like
Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. That's what.
That's that mosh pit term or something. Windmilling.
It's a dwarf. It's a
Yes,
dwarf term.
that's-
It's a
axe in
dwarf term?
hand,
It's
windmilling.
a
in-
Tolkien
Is that what their
term.
main? Is that what their main form of fighting is?
yeah, you,
Yeah.
Like if
The
there was a
windmill.
dwarf
Sure.
self-destruction class.
self-destruction. I am too short.
Christ.
I am going to explode.
All
I
right,
wish. I
there you go,
wish
dwarf
yeah,
self-destruction
I wish,
class. We have the title of the episode.
oh yeah,
already.
self-destruction class. I love it. I wish there was a fucking self-destruction class. I think
We could.
I would
teach it.
finally teach. I could finally be a teacher and then get some fucking bookings.
I'd put on a clinic. Forget a class.
But yeah, so is this your first time pissing off a bunch of people on the internet?
Hell no.
All right,
No way.
let's talk about some others.
Let's see. One of probably the most reaction I ever got to a joke online was I posted a stand-up shot on Reddit. If you're familiar with that is, it's like, this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They're like just pictures of you doing stand-up with your joke written out over it, over whatever
yeah.
the negative space is in the picture. And, usually just for short jokes or topical things. And it was after some shooting. Fucking, there's so many of them. I don't even know which one it was. Oh no, it was when the Nazis ran over that girl at the rally.
Ooh,
Remember that with her car? Yeah. Charlottesville.
Yeah,
Right?
Charlottesville.
Yeah. And I had this stupid little thing I had been saying like a couple weeks prior that wasn't really even working as a joke.
Mhm.
It was something stupid like, they say you shouldn't hit a Nazi, but my grandfather fought the Nazis. And I know my generation's going to want a participation trophy or something. Stupid,
Yeah.
just kind of like light fare.
I mean, it also kind of makes fun of the fucking soft.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That kind of goes
It
after
has
both
some
sides.
layers. Yeah, right. It kind
Yeah.
of goes after both sides. That's what I thought. But when you wrote it out and I posted it right after Charlottesville thinking that you're like, let's capitalize on this. I wasn't that mercenary, but I feel that's kind of how people always are with that shit. But anyway, it happened and I posted it and it got like, I think it hit the front page. It got like thousands of upvotes and it got a lot of like negative comments. A lot of people always going after your weight. I wasn't this big. I was much smaller then, but they were still like, people were like, oh, great. Another skinny, fat white guy telling us
Skinny fat.
I got called skinny fat like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, cool. Like
Hey.
skinny's in it. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. But a lot of people came at me. I
That's
mean, a lot of
my word.
support too.
That's my-
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it was, it was an equal measure. I would say it was mostly supportive, but a lot of people came at me. I get into more shit just like seeking it out. I had a bad problem of like inviting conflict online, especially during quarantine,
Mhm.
because I had worked for like 2 years prior at this dive bar. I was regularly breaking up fights. I was like arguing with people. I worked a very
Running in like this.
yeah, windmilling, dwarf fighting, and I was like I didn't realize when everything shut down that I was super wired for conflict over time and I didn't realize it. So and then you have nothing to do. It's just me and my girlfriend and our roommate. So I'm like online. I was telling you before we started, I don't really use Twitter that much, or even if I was on it, I wouldn't use it. The only time I used it was during quarantine. And within like 6 months, I was kicked off for calling people dipshit. You're not allowed to do that like 30 times. If you do it 30 times or 40 times, they just eventually ban you from Twitter.
I don't know what you're allowed to call people online. Because I like if you call like on TikTok, if you call someone a name, they never even get to see it. And then I just eventually get like that's why I don't even engage people just because I don't get to reach my full potential of meanness.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I hate about social media is that like people are very snarky.
Mhm.
They're like they'll say shit that's very like aggressive, but like within the bounds of whatever the discourse will allow. They'll be like, "Oh, it's so nice that you can live with all these limitations." And then you like lob something like that to a comic who could destroy you.
Yeah.
And if we want to turn it up to 11, which, if you're drunk and the entire world is shut down, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm mad that I can't do comedy and I can't do the shit I love, you fire back with, and then you're in trouble, So I went through that phase. I'm thankfully out of it for the most part, but yeah.
So
I don't do it.
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, for some reason your camera is blinking. It looks like the live chat. No. Everything was in. We're all good. But it is. I'm checking the live stream and it is just kind of giving me a blink for no reason. Everything sounds there.
Is this like
you're just
warning
blinking
for prone to seizure?
Yeah. Pretty much.
We've
But
been hacked by Staten Island.
I'm just gonna try to take you out and take you right back in and see if I fix it. All right. So I don't want to have to stop.
So-
All right, there you go. Keep going, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's all right. I'm glad Jim missed this one.
But
to be
yeah.
honest.
So even like terms like stupid or like do these people, are they trolling because they like just know the confines of what exactly can be said or what can't be?
Because I feel like a lot of these people, I feel like I got a crash course in like what trolls are like during the quarantine, because that's exactly how, I guess, like I said, I was wired for conflict at this bar. I had no way to like get my frustrations out on anyone, and so I'd get online, and it was like election season or the beginning of it at that time
when people were at their most rational.
Right, exactly. Yeah. People most want to fucking brawl and like quarrel with you over the most meaningless small bullshit. You aren't even looking for a fight. You're just making a statement. Someone's like, "Oh, well, that's what something a fucking fascist would say," and you're like, "Fuck you, man," And it's just like it escalates, and I see like it's these people, they have nothing to do, like they're just stuck and they're mad. And they just have no way. They're completely impotent, or they feel that way in their life. And then it's like Twitter is like the fucking arena. It's like, just go in and be a fucking gladiator for a little while. You just have to know. And these people learn, like the gladiators had their own styles of fighting. Like the gladiators would kill you in a way that they'd write fucking shit with your blood in the sand. Like they would do things. They weren't just trying to kill you like a fucking
gladiator stabbing a guy and then writing ratio in the sand.
Yeah, he cuts a guy's neck and spells like cringe.
I think when ratio came around, when that became just, some of them, if you add other words to it, it can be kind of funny. But when you just type ratio, and it's like, that's when I started deciding that we should have like an extermination for the modern age. Like,
funny enough, a lot of that conversation is happening on Twitter, Dave, if you look in the right
true
place.
A genocide for the new age. Like anyone who types ratio,
yeah,
and then sits back with a smug look on their face,
100%.
like, I just did something. Like if you were the first person to do it, but it's all just copycat.
That's what I don't like about it. When you get into arguments with people online, it's like sometimes it feels like you're arguing with the coolest thing they read about this thing. Like it's not, you're not actually talking to somebody. You're talking to like either like someone who is constructed their sense of self through this fucking stupid online discourse. And if you're not that type of person, you get caught up in it, but you're not equipped to fight against them, like the way that they are, like you were saying.
Because it's like the Philly comedy scene. It's just a bunch of little fucking weasels. You can't get into an argument because it's just a little fucking same thinking weasels.
Well,
that just jump all over you.
That's the other thing online, is that like, depending on what space you're in, right? That's exactly what happens. They all team up to be like, you could be like, voice just an opinion, be like, no, you're wrong, and you fucking suck. And then you're like, whatever. And then 8 other people be like, no, he's right, you suck. And you're like, I know I don't suck.
And then that's a fucking ratio right there.
Then you're ratioed. Exactly. Yeah, then they're typing ratio and you're fuck.
God, it's just such a great, it's all fucking dataized. It's such a great way to make a list of people.
Yeah.
You fucking
well, so that's funny that you say that. Is I have a friend who, when Facebook came out, was vehemently against getting on it because he was paranoid, but he was like, he read a book about what Stalin did when he took power, and that he made a literal physical book of faces, and it was pictures of all of the dissidents connected with their families, their extended families, and things like that, so he would know who to round up to hurt people. Like, oh, you don't care about dying, well, what about this whole branch of your family? And he had these physical books, like libraries of them, and they were they called them Stalin's face books. So my friend would not join for that reason. So yes, Facebook is the perfect device.
Well, I guess
genocide.
I guess I share some thoughts with Stalin, man.
Camera's getting pretty bad. Hold on, I'm gonna try something else.
Jesus,
break.
Christ.
That's okay. We're agreeing.
It's
with
a live
Stalin.
stream. It's not that easy.
Is that what you're? Is the camera program with some chat BT thing? It's like, oh, I have artificial intelligence, and any level of intelligence would say slowly back out when they start agreeing with Stalin.
This is a drop-dead special.
See, I'm not pushing for a genocide. For like, every genocide up until now has always been for reasons that people don't have control over. I'm saying a genocide for personalities. That's not like, that's who you choose to be.
Genocide.
Not who you were born as, who you grew into. And they've never, I mean, there's been hundreds of genocides before. No one ever thought to switch up the formula.
Yeah, well,
and that's
you're right.
what made genocide a bad word, I think, that they never gave it. They just never did it right.
Although I do think that every genocide has said that. Like, that's the problem with the other ones. They didn't do it right. How about this?
No, I think most of them know
these gas chambers. Let's try this.
They're doing
they're always
something
trying
wrong.
new shit.
Yeah, they know they're doing something wrong. They're just like, I liked that one before. I want to. No, I'm saying every genocide up until now
is bad.
Was bad.
Yeah,
yes.
Unequivocally, we
Not
are coming out and saying every single, not even what they tried to do to the Irish.
Yeah, but does that make genocides inherently bad, or did you cut?
Oh, look, the camera's out again. The camera's gone out again, and so is the audio. Wow.
Right, let me do one more thing, because we're 17 minutes in, and you just did. I didn't want to cut it. I was like, I know they can hear you.
Appearance on my pod.
Yeah, we're this is my worst nightmare, especially in front of Dave. Like,
yeah.
He is going
while he's going on a genocide.
I know. I wanted all of that. I agreed with you, but no. But let me just try to fix this camera one more time. They might lose us for a minute, but just stay with us.
Hang with us, people.
Chilling.
Hang with us. We're just doing this, and you can look forward to more of this on the Cult of Us podcast.
That gets edited, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Neil doesn't put half the effort in our podcast.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they can edit the camera into working, though.
How did the camera get me replenishing myself?
Are we caught up? Well,
all right, we're back.
Anyway, genocide is you convinced me, Dave. I think I gotta say you already make a really compelling argument.
I mean, we've tied everything else into the online world. E-genocide.
Yeah.
A genocide for the future.
Yeah, we met you on 23 different personality factors.
Oh my gosh. All right. By the end of this episode, we're going to have a real fucking money-making scheme that this podcast never turned out to be.
Beautiful.
Although, no, we shouldn't do it for money. That would make it evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
There's no ulterior
pro
motive.
bono genocide.
We're improving society here.
Turns out all that camera problem was just YouTube realizing how bad this was going to be. And they were just like, dude, just send all the bots to fuck up their channel.
That's how good the algorithm
They're going to do a genocide fucking thing for what might feel, I think, is a 10-minute bit.
We will just
grow this organically.
We just won't hashtag genocide.
Yeah.
Emoji thumbs up.
I already have that as the title, so too bad. So
no, it's self-destruction. I know better. Can't even say bitch. You think they're going to let genocide just float by?
No, absolutely not. But on the bright side, after that conversation, we have finally given something to the residents of Staten Island, something they can enjoy.
yeah, the Staten Islandites want to fucking genocide our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the history, you did the one Staten Island joke.
Okay, yes.
It was our most viewed short.
Mm-hmm.
So and I shared it, got like 200 likes, which is
very nice.
10 times what we normally get. So then you kept the hot hand rolling.
Got it. You got it.
This one had even more views.
Yeah.
But so many people, like, you're a fool, you're a clown, they're
correct.
You
Those were correct.
The one said you guys wouldn't have jobs if it weren't for. He's like talking about comedians, they're just making shit up. Stormy had to pay for it. What's the deal? I swear you guys would have nothing if it weren't for fucking Trump. And I'm like, you think we get something for like that?
Yeah.
That's awesome that you think we're fucking rolling in it because of our fucking jokes.
Yeah. It's like cool. It's always funny. People try that. You would talk about like arguing online. When I was on Twitter, I was approaching it as a comedian, so my shit said comedian. People would always like be like, yeah, you're not funny. I watched you on YouTube. You're not funny. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, it just, none of that shit. Like, you telling me I'm not funny or that I'm not successful, nothing. It does nothing to me. I know.
Some comics want just an audience. I want my audience.
Right.
So I'm okay if you're not a part of it.
Right. Exactly.
Obviously, I don't want to be for everybody. I want to genocide most of the people. But
yeah,
but that's how he's gonna find his audience.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I saw an interview with, I think it was with Eugene Merman, and someone, if you don't know him, audience, he's like a very weird alty comic who does like very outside the box stuff. And someone came up to him at once and they were like, what do you think? Like, how do you think you're going to be successful with this weird, like Manhattan specific, like hipster thing? And he was like, no, listen, he was like, with the internet, I don't need to have a million fans. I just need to have like 10 fans in every town. And if that is what I get, they'll all come to a location to see me when I'm on tour. And I'm the same way. Like, I know there are people like me out there, like people that like dig our shit. You just got to find them. That's what the internet's for.
If I get just one like on my videos, then that's who that joke was for.
Right.
I'm not happy about it internally, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, part of it too is like, if I thought that I was saying things that were super popular and accepted, like if I was that person, I wouldn't have become a comedian in the first place. Like, I'd be popular. I would be like agreeable and friendly, and I would be pursuing less psychically damaging things.
Show Saturday night. No, I'm going to the pussy getting party.
Right.
Or whatever they're called. I've never been invited.
They're called an Applebee's. Guy walks in there swinging a wallet.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Neil has got some girls over some baby back ribs.
I am jealous of you pissing off the right wing internet, though. We're going back to it.
No, yeah, I love it.
I pissed off. Well, so far I've pissed off right wing Instagram and black Instagram.
How do you piss off black Instagram?
Good work. Black. It had nothing to do. It wasn't racist, says I. It was apparently Kobe Bryant is a real hot button issue.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
but I didn't make fun of him dying. It was a story related to him dying about how his wife, like, because they, fucking cops love taking bodies of dead people and then sharing them around.
Pictures of dead people.
I'm friends with it. I know this.
Usually
this is not just Kobe Bryant exclusive.
This is They usually leave the faces out. Typically,
this isn't like for the media.
I
This
get
is for
it.
their own personal stuff.
No,
I
I get
don't
that.
know if there was a face.
I was gonna say they didn't leave the face out
I've
in the
heard
Kobe
this.
Bryant one, but it was a panoramic shot.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But after it went around,
Damn it.
So she sued
Okay.
and got several million. She won several $1 million because of this. And I'm like, oh, the people that had to pay her, like, this is bullshit. The last person that did her wrong only had to buy her some jewelry. That's the joke.
Right.
And people, yeah.
And that was it.
Race was kept out of it for most of it. It's like, boy, what the hell? And and then like too soon. And I responded, 2003 is too soon.
Yeah. Like, what I'm making fun of is the other thing.
Yeah. Because
So I can
only
make fun of 9/11.
one person
Yeah.
finally did come in and say, like, oh, white devil's got a white devil. And I think it's not racist at all. This is a very Kobe Bryant specific joke.
Yeah.
If I didn't say, oh, they all like to get away with that and then die in this way. No, it's very specific to one person.
Did people accused you of being racist?
I think one comment was just like what, but
for the internet, that's a great ratio.
Because if I was ready though, because it's just all right. I'm going to describe someone to you. Someone that gets away with raping someone by using their vast wealth and then later dies in a helicopter crash. Picture the person that I'm talking about. 99 out of 100 times, that is a very specific person.
Yeah.
This just happens to be that one out of where it isn't.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right-wing Twitter fucking got pissed at me for a joke that had zero to do with politics.
Really?
I said Twitter, I meant Instagram.
Oh, yeah, just the right wing online, yeah.
It was just about annoying people, because New York said for gun background checks, they are going to start checking people's social media. And I said, oh, yeah, some people can use that to get the process expedited if they say that they're going to use the guns on themselves. I mean, just some people on the internet are fucking annoying.
Yeah, they don't like that.
And yeah, they should shoot themselves.
Yeah.
I'm very pro-suicide.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
it's a choice. It's a valid choice.
I mean, yeah, I'm pro if the right people do it. I should specify that. But it never is. That's the sad thing.
No,
But, yeah.
no, the people that you would think should be gripped with shame and reckon with it, like, politicians and shit like that. No, they love it. They're like pigs in shit. They love every second of being a bad person.
Boy, I mean, if you're to get help, I don't want you to.
Yeah,
right.
We are not encouraging anyone to commit suicide.
You're probably not bothering anyone. I want you to get the help. But some of you people out there, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so everybody fucking misinterpreted that. I got called libtard, beta, a guy with doctor.
You got called a cuck, 100%.
A guy with doctor in his name. Oh, another activist pretending to be a comic. And I didn't respond, oh, another trying to pretend to be a doctor, because I knew Instagram would shoot that shit down.
People hate. Well, I think part of it too is that, like, especially online, people have given so much power to jokes and like so much power to like this fundamentally stupid idea that we are philosophers or like core important commentators of some kind.
That's because there's a whole fucking contingency of comics that believe that.
I agree. I totally agree.
Really came out during the Trump presidency when so many of them decided not to even attempt being funny. It was all about clapter.
100%. I agree.
And I
was in LA. I was in LA at the time. Oof. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
But I don't get mad about that because I feasted on those fucking times.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, because you're doing something better. You're not doing that. You're not falling in that trap. It did really help to separate the like wheat from the chaff, at least in like local scenes. I also thought it was great because you got to see a lot of people who were like ahead of us but weren't famous. They almost got completely sidelined by it, leaving like every other topic and premise open for comics that could do it that weren't as well known,
I mean, my favorite thing was just finding out the general mood of the room and an opening with the exact opposite of what they thought. Yeah, I use it as because people that had less sense of humor. I use it as a way to challenge myself.
Right.
And say, all right, if I can get them to laugh at this, I'm the fucking man.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I mean, I read a certain way, so it can help me sometimes, hurt me other times. I have a bunch of jokes that I like think can be laughed at by everyone, but like you said, are like temperature takers. So I know if you laugh a certain way at this joke, I can hear from the tone how you're laughing if you think that I'm supporting it or you think that I'm mocking it.
Yeah.
But my joke is up for interpretation. And by that interpretation, I kind of judge, okay, what are we dealing with? What's the mix of the room? Do I get a groan and like, oh, or do I get like hearty, like, yeah, brother, laughter? And if it's any of that, then I know, okay, I know what this room thinks I am. Because that's the other thing. Although I do kind of read right wing, if I do enough of my jokes, people will come up being like, oh, that guy's like an IPA hipster. and I thought he was like a fucking, Trump guy. So I can read different ways. So it depends on what people see in me and like the context they see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fun to go to the because there's nothing more fun. The jokes, the setups, blah blah blah, but nothing is more fun to go. Hear me out.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
calm down. All right, hold on.
Wait, you guys don't like Trump? That's my favorite. Just watching, doing well for an X amount of time, and then watching the person that runs the room. Why? Why? You had him. And then I'll dig myself out of it.
Right. Or try to, at least, You usually do. I love that about you, though, and your stuff is you will put yourself in that hole, and I almost never see you fail to get out of it.
I mean, it's the same as any customer service I've ever, people, I also just have like a great look of complaining to me is not worth your time at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same thing. He doesn't care. That's something that's been around in me since well before comedy.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
I totally believe that. You radiate your lack of giving a shit. You do on stage too, though. I think that helps you when you're doing edgy stuff. It's that lack of giving a shit. You do have control anyway as a comic, but it helps even when another comic might seem like they're losing control. You're just like, whatever. I'm gonna get you with the next thing.
I have
whatever.
I like to call what I have a weaponized smile too.
Yes,
because I'm pretty straight faced, but then sometimes I'll say something and then just 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, 100%. You have you'll do that, and you do like this pivot where you like look at everybody. Like when you say something really bad and you're like letting it like marinate, you like look at what I don't know exactly what you're doing in your head, but when you're sitting on the stage, it looks like you've just managed to look at every single person in the room like individually. It's funny.
Just me. They're like, it's just me looking at them like, all right, one of us is the expert on what's funny. And it's me,
right?
So I'm gonna fucking let you all catch up. Yeah. I'll wait.
Yeah. In my favorite joke right now, the joke that I feel like is the best and the one that I still enjoy telling the most, I have a moment where I do the same thing. I can lose audiences momentarily, but it's because that part of the joke is the most for me. I like losing them and then getting them back. Like that ability is to force them to laugh at a joke that has like 3 beats when they hated the first beat and I knew they would. Nothing more satisfying than that.
But it also it does help you later on, because if you have to do some stuff for you up there.
Absolutely.
Because you have to enjoy yourself.
Yep.
Because that will eventually catch on with it. Yeah, you can tell someone that's up there just going by the numbers or whatever.
We can see it. I mean, we when we're sitting there, we see it very easily.
That's true. We have the trained eye.
That's right.
No, it is true. Like when I first started, I thought some of the shittiest there were some people like, oh, that guy's so fucking good. Then like 6 months later, like I don't see that person for 6 months.
Yep.
And like now every new comic has the exact same delivery to me.
Oh, really?
There's like a certain inflection in their voice. Like it doesn't matter what the material
informing it, because like I feel like for a while
I can't even intimidate it.
Oh no, you can intimidate these little new comics.
I suck with words tonight, huh?
That's all right.
That's actually probably every night, but I'm just catching myself tonight. I'm getting better.
Yeah, you're improving on a lot of things. Yeah, you're catching yourself with the offensive stuff.
Coco's learned. What are you talking about? I fucking went on a pro-genocide spiel.
But you didn't tell the race joke earlier.
I planned it. Yeah.
You didn't tell the race joke earlier. Baby steps.
That's right. In fact, it was a very anti-racism genocide.
Yes, exactly. That's part of the personality matrix that we're building. Yeah. If you're racist, that's a choice, and and genocide.
And I don't know what race these ratio people are, because they all have anime as their profile pictures.
I mean, liking anime, not instant genocide, but like you have to go in for an interview. Sums up with that. It depends on what the anime you like.
Okay, I don't watch any anime, so I don't know.
Some of it's like action, whatever, but some of it is like, a lot of it is like, I hope my teacher notices me and stuff. And if you're like a grown adult, yeah, and listen, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just old school. Right? If you're a grown adult man and most of your media that you're consuming is like about schoolgirls, like about schoolgirls, let's just stop there. Then you need to reevaluate what you're doing.
Like when they're rating, there is like, do things like jiggle factor? Does that go into their final score?
Okay, so I used to work at a tech company, and when I was moving to Los Angeles, this guy had moved to our data center in Kansas, and so I hit him up to stay at his place. And I didn't know him that well. We were coworkers. He was a nice guy. I crashed at his place, and he had to go into work on like some emergency. And he was like, "Whatever, you can just use the guest room." The guest room had a full-length waifu body pillow.
Is that how you pronounce that?
I think so.
I've always thought it was waifu.
Maybe it's waifu. I don't know, but it was like a full-on body pillow in the bed, and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep on the covers. I'm gonna move this off the bed. I'm gonna sleep on top of the covers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's been going on with this pillow. I don't like it. The guy's very nice. Try not to judge him, but those people.
Oh, did you just look up? I thought you were just looking up how to pronounce.
Oh, did you not know what?
Now you're looking at.
Did you not know what this was, Neil?
Now Neil's looking at hentai while we're doing our fucking podcast.
Well, I have that on. I have that on the entire time during you guys. I don't know what it is about your soothing dork voices, but it just makes me just
perfectly
crave.
With Sailor Moon taking
yes.
in the ass
by a bunch of tentacles.
Yeah, by a bunch of.
I'm so hard from it. It just gets me right in there. I did not know. So these are
pillows for you to fuck and have be your girlfriend, I believe. And how do you fuck? Oh,
I also remember using that term to refer to a blue-haired stripper once too. I don't know if that.
I don't know. This is just what I know from the internet and from that pillow that I saw on that guy's bed. And it was like that. It was, not exactly like that, but it was like a full-length body of an anime woman.
Okay.
I believe the one I saw was more like you said, like a Sailor Moon princess.
Now, are these?
Then that woman's in a suit.
Are these just normal pillows otherwise, or is there?
I didn't check it for holes or anything. If you're asking, I did not check the pillow for holes. I touched it very gingerly with like an old sock in between me and the pillow, so there was no skin.
Like I assume check it. Like,
yeah,
let me get into this hole that he's cut into there and let me test it out.
I did not, Neil. I did not. I did sniff it for 15 minutes. Yeah,
they're not built like squeak toys because, like, I feel like the squeak toy sound and the Japanese girl moaning sound are pretty fucking.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good, like a squeak toy. I think we're just another $1 million idea right there, Dave. Yeah. Like ha, like or whatever. Yeah, dude, totally.
I'm sorry, but my Japanese sound effect. You're
like that.
You do a way better.
Yours was kind of grunty. Mine,
that's okay.
You're too much of a man.
I know. I'm too American. I can't do your waifu.
You've lost that.
Can't do your waifu mode. I can't do your ahihago girl.
It's a certain amount of docileness that you just.
I can't. I'm too much of a man. I got off the ranch. I can't eat. I can't put Pocky in your asshole. I just can't do it. I don't know who this guy is.
I don't care how many udon noodles you want up in there. I just ain't gonna be able to get them in there, man. I tell you that much.
That is like that's like every Japanese idea of an American person.
Yeah, exactly. I repair schoolgirl panty vending machines. I'm a tradesman.
That's every American character in Squid Game, which I know is Korean.
Yeah, but whatever. It's it's also a very American thing to not know the difference.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
No, I know. Yeah. Oh, you know. I know you know. It used to be that like dudes like it was like that character from King of the Hill who knew all the different people, like he knew like a Laotian guy wasn't Vietnamese because he'd been over there. Nowadays, like our generation knows from porn. Like that's a Korean girl. I know. I've seen a lot of Koreans.
That's true. The only way I can tell if I'm watching Korean program or Japanese program is usually if a guy with long silver hair is standing behind a fiery backdrop. Oh, okay, it's Japanese.
Right. If there's a sword and the sword is as big as the guy, it's Japanese.
Oh, and then he just walked into the fire and didn't get burnt. All right, this is clearly Japanese programming.
Yeah. And if they devote a whole section after the porn to talking about how lucky they are the government allows them to do it, Chinese.
All right, so I had a comment in here. I don't know when it came in.
Oh,
And
boy.
Rusty, it was Rusty Gears.
Oh, Rusty,
'Cause
hey.
I'm trying to get context out of it. He says this guy invites Dan into his house and gives him his wife to fuck, and Dan scoffs.
No, he's talking about the
What
waifu pillow.
Yeah, the waifu pillow. What a
waifu-
prude.
I know, you know.
Sorry, Rusty.
Rusty, I thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure
Is
you.
Rusty the guy?
Rusty is given us a couple comments.
No,
Rusty
I'm
is not
is
the
he
guy.
the Kansas guy?
No,
Okay.
no. Rusty is not that guy. Rusty himself has a waifu pillow harem, I believe. He's like the Hugh Hefner of waifu pillows.
I mean, that's
Sorry,
a little.
sorry.
I feel like that's less strange. It's like, hey,
You're right.
it's either a collection or
Right.
one thing that you fuck.
yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're
It's
right.
like Paul Carson's joke that he's working on about the cucumbers.
I don't know that one.
Dave, you were.
I know.
never mind.
I do
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I do know. Yeah. That's,
But it's like, yeah, there's a certain amount. You're kind of like, this guy's just
Well,
kind of
let's see if he'll-
eccentric. But then if you have
Yeah.
one, you're like, ooh.
He just loves it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
puts
that,
his
I
dick
like.
in
we'll get
that's a
him
really
on
funny
sometime.
joke.
He is one of my favorite joke writers.
He is
Paul Carson.
brilliant. I love
Sorry
it.
to derail.
and he's like,
No. He's good.
and he's like 12.
I know.
Yeah.
He's got like a future ahead of him. This is.
I don't. I hate him. I
he might-
hate him.
let's not invite him on. This
No,
is.
but-
Yeah.
This is where we go to. This is a last ditch effort.
I don't have
He's
any
got-
say in it, but I'm also, I'm also like a yeah on that.
Yeah, this is for comics at the
Yeah,
end
what
of
do you-
their career.
You're Jewish.
And Jim, I know Jim's like 23 too, but he's got like a triple bypass.
Yeah,
You
I was
have
gonna
to-
say.
no.
Jim, he's aging in Gillespie years. We've only got a few months to get him on.
You have to have Paul Carson on because he's the most
Jew, yeah.
German guy right?
Oh yeah, he is German, right?
I'd
Isn't he
love to
super
get-
German?
I mean,
So
I don't
you
know.
have
He-
to have him.
First of all, it would be uber German.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Again, showing you need to know your enemy.
I mean, is
enemy.
that considered a diversity hire? Like, oh fuck, dude, the Germans are getting real. Like, we haven't had any German representation on this podcast.
That's true.
yet.
That is true. We have really failed the German
I don't know.
community, and I'm sorry.
Kind of talked about genocide.
Yeah, like
That's true. You know what? You're right. We have
There's a
honored the
decent
German
amount.
community. I've got a couple of
every
jokes
time
for
a
the
new
news.
barbershop movie comes out, German Twitter's all like, oh my god, overlooked by Hollywood again.
we don't see any of our representation in this
Yeah.
movie.
Was ist happening?
If Michael Fassbender's not in it, then
Michael Fassbender.
I don't even know if he's German.
No, I don't
No,
even
no,
know. It's a fun name to say.
Oh, Christoph Waltz.
Fassbender.
Christoph,
Oh,
is he the go-to?
Christoph Waltz, yeah.
Is he the go-to germ?
I think he is. He's the germ. Is there any other germ? No, that's it. He's the only one.
He's the only. Oh man.
He's the only one that
Oh,
matters.
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely.
I don't mind him being in every movie.
He can play
Yeah,
every
but
German as far as I'm
He's
concerned.
great.
He can be a Nazi. He can be like a friendly little
Stupendous.
guy.
Friendly
I don't.
cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a movie I hate him in, or something I've seen that he's in,
watch.
in his
Okay,
part.
don't watch Green Hornet then.
No, but I mean him
Yeah,
as
well,
the,
him
in the
as the
part
person,
doing
yeah.
what. Yeah. Like,
You have not seen Alita Battle Angel then.
That was a
Okay,
good
I have
movie.
not seen
Hey,
it.
what are you talking about?
Oh, no, I have seen
Alita
Alita
Battle
Battle
I
Angel.
liked
Angel.
it.
Good.
I wouldn't call it good. It was not it was a watchable movie. Like it was an enjoyable movie to watch, but good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I
It was
remember this
so-
being like, well, that was kind of hot garbage, but
Yeah,
it was
but I had
fine.
fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I had
it
fun.
was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the day I realized that comically huge eyes not a deal breaker for me.
And you began your first step to owning a waifu.
That's
pillow.
true.
Yeah,
Because it is based on an anime, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I
they're all
couldn't
anime
tell. There
girls.
was no wall of fire. Everyone was white in the movie. All the main character, she was Latina.
Okay.
But other than that,
Interesting.
I don't think there were any Asians in the movie.
I don't think there are a lot of Latinas in Japan.
Yeah, no.
It
I
was
can't
a Robert.
imagine there are a lot of Puerto Rican women walking around Tokyo.
It was a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, all right.
You got so spicy just now.
I
What's your accent?
Robert Rodriguez.
You really leave me on Rodriguez.
Yes, with his hit movies, Spike East.
Stay thirsty, my friend.
That cultural staple.
All right, now see, that might have leaned into the racism.
Too much?
now. Yeah, yeah.
Too
State
much
culture.
online. Sorry.
Spanish is one of the few accents that you can still
Yeah,
do.
I'm making
even
fun
though
of
they're-
white Spaniards, not,
yeah,
not Mexicans.
that's
Yeah.
the loophole.
Yes.
I was gonna wonder why, but you're right because it's white Spaniards.
Because I
You
went
can
out
make
with a
fun
few
of the
friends
voice.
this week, and yeah, it turned out one of the people's from Spain. I just blurted, wait, so are you white?
Dave, in light of your control, I'm really fighting back doing a bit where I do a Mexican accent and pretend it's Spanish. Because out of context, we'd be in trouble. But that would be really funny if someone goes like, "I just came back from Spain. From Spain. I love the language." And then they just started doing like a like Speedy Gonzalez, like, "Hey, hermano."
Those damn white Spaniards.
All I'm gonna do is "Hey, hermano," because
ay caramba.
Yeah.
Well, the
Dios
Barcelona,
mío.
yeah, the Barcelona's accent is so different that
right, because the bit is usually the bit is usually they come back and they're talking like this. I'll take a cerveza, I'll do this and that, and you can do that one.
Right.
Goodness me, those bulls look miffed.
Well, that's the irony of when you have to take it all out, when you have to take all the color out of it.
That was one of those white Spaniards.
Yeah.
Ooh, I sure wouldn't want to get on their bad side.
Toro.
I believe that's how they say the lawnmower brand.
Oh man. But I like it's fun to be able to piss off both sides. That's like we were saying this at an earlier podcast. That's kind of how you know you're doing the right thing and you're not just being like these people that threw away years of their fucking minds and careers to mock Trump.
And it's easy because they're basically the same thing. I'm not talking you're like the people that are far on both sides are the exact same person. Like
they react.
All the people that got pissed at our jokes, they're the same people. Oh, you can't joke about anything anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're canceling all these actors. Show them a preview with a fucking Robert De Niro movie. I will not be seeing that if Robert De Niro is in it.
The only thing, the thing that I am miffed at the most right now is specifically at the right.
Miffed twice now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. The right, it more so than the left, because the people on the fringe left, I feel like freely embrace that they don't have a sense of humor. The people on the right are doing the same thing as the people on the left, where they're like, "Oh, you can't," but then they turn around and go, "We're like the only people that can laugh at stuff anymore." And it's like, well, no, you're not doing that. Like, if you were, I would actually say in that aspect, the right would be better than the left, but they don't do that. So it's not true.
I mean,
they get just as upset as the left does, but or maybe I'll give credit to the left in that they just go, no, we hate comedy. Like we justice over comedy. Don't laugh.
No, they
about
just
anything.
respond with a snarky no. And that's their entire argument. It's infuriating.
Right.
Yeah.
They ratio you.
Luckily both the people we described probably make up about 3% of the total population. Right. They're just really fucking loud.
Right.
Well, most sensible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get involved in that because I know that there's no outcome where I feel good about myself.
Right.
I'm going to say all the right points and it's going to be like talking to a fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just can't win with those people. There's just no.
Yeah, you have to come. It's like the one black guy who like got all those guys at the Ku Klux Klan and stuff like that. Like, there's been instances where people have just been the type of person that can break down those walls.
That's true, Neil. But do you know how he did that? By the way,
I do. Okay. It's amazing.
Dave won't like that so much.
Yeah, no, he'll love it.
One of the levels they bonded on.
They bonded on Jews.
That was his in. That was his in to shake them from racism. A lot of times, like, the Jews suck, right? And the guys are like, "You got it, brother."
I mean,
right.
Hey, I mean,
whatever.
You gotta get blood from a stone in some way. You know what I mean?
He is getting people off the Klan, so that's a good.
I'm a normal Jew. There's whole contingencies of them I can't fucking stand either, and I just happen to live on the same street as all of them. They're not listening now because it's after dark, and this is electricity.
Yeah.
They're so weird. And by the way, since the weather's coming out, I'm gonna get to see them play basketball in full suits coming up pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
There's that.
Stunting on
they
the
fucking they don't believe in electricity, but they also don't believe in sidewalks. So they just fucking walk in the middle and they're just wearing dark suits. So I've almost hit them with my car several times.
Sure.
And they're also the same group that does the,
you gotta be careful.
Circumcision blood drinking.
It's
been 12 episodes since I've mentioned that last.
And you gotta be careful.
Ceremony has begun.
Do not hit them. Civil court will go poorly for you.
But I don't want to seem like we're completely leaning left wing, because if I had to choose between hanging out with the far left or far right, I would rather hang out with the far right, because everything about them is on the surface. Like, I think both the far right and the far left are equally stupid, but with the far right, it's fucking right there.
Yeah.
With the far left, they use some pretty big syllable words. So you have to break out of the thesaurus and be like, okay, oh, what you said was really fucking stupid too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like with the left, they want you to feel bad about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
With the right, they only want you to feel bad for like knowing things.
Yeah.
And like I can like pretend I don't know shit. I love doing that.
Oh
you know?
my God.
I'll shut my fucking brain off, drink some. No, I was gonna say Bud Light, not anymore. Drink some fucking Coors
you
Light.
don't drink Bud Light with
I wouldn't drink Bud Light anyway.
Yeah, Bud Light. I mean, all light beers are fucking gross to me. I want to taste my beer and piss less frequently, and I can't do now. Yeah, I get full drinking the three main light beers. Except for my bladder. It only my bladder gets drunk like it used to.
Yeah. That's a good premise. You show that. That's our 50 minutes. You want to pivot to the news? What do you want to do? Oh, I'll tie it up with this though. I do have a theory about
my first joke's about Bud Light.
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, perfect. I think that we were talking about, I have this working theory when I'm writing jokes and like trying to look for things to talk about in my comedy. And you go on the internet, you look at like what's going on and you see this outrage and you go to mics and people talk about this outrage, but you go, is this actually a real world thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it only happening on social media? And once you approach any issue like that, you can cut 2/3 out of what everyone cares about out of the way, because you realize it's just meaningless discourse happening on the internet and it doesn't impact anyone. And if you look at the actual issue and you come to like a rational conclusion or a compromise, which can't happen in those conversations, you'll find that 80, 90, maybe even more than 80% of people would agree on these common sense shit. But we want to have this conversation in the place where you can't do that. And it's just ridiculous. So people just get too much into thinking that this shit is real when none of it is real. So
they should just start killing each other.
Yeah. What should be real.
I won't have to look like a monster for my ideas if they would just do the legwork themselves.
What a lovely bow to put on this conversation.
Typical. Also not trying to work for it.
And now we'll move into a slightly less depressing subject, the news.
All right. Well, I guess we just talk Bud Light. Should I just jump
Do we have a graphic? Do we have a sound?
Let's go to it now.
You're talking news. We're talking news. Talking news. We're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
I heard our graphics been updated.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. No, because I'm actually upset about it though, because my mom's coming to the next show that we're both at, and I was hoping that she would give you a stern talking to. But,
okay.
But you beat her to it now. All right.
I did.
The news.
Back to the Bud Light. Bud Light's controversial partnership with trans woman sparks intense debate. Although what outraged consumers seem to be forgetting is that if you drink enough light beer, you will eventually grow a vagina.
I think we have a joke off. Hold on.
Baby.
Let me see. I think we do. Yes. Conservatives demand Bud Light apologize for naming trans woman Dylan Mulvaney as their spokesperson. An Anheuser-Busch spokesman said, we don't understand this transphobia, as Bud Light will do way worse things to your kids and your butthole than a trans woman.
That's yours, I think. God damn it.
I put Dave down for one too, so I was like, that's a pretty solid joke. And then that one was, I'm gonna have to do like a one. I think I'm gonna have to put 2 down.
Thank you.
That's
I appreciate
that.
No one's actually voting online.
Nobody's saying we wish you would vote more.
I posted our one from last week, and the only comment we got was, "Where's the funny?" Although I clicked on the guy's profile, it's all him just playing Flight Simulator. So I think it's really just his autism was too much for his profile alone. So some of it had to spill into mine.
Sorry, I'll write a landing gear joke for next week.
Yeah. A YouTuber was making a prank video in a Virginia mall. He said the pranky took it badly and shot him. Fortunately for the shooter, Virginia law clearly states that attempted murder is all right as long as someone is filming it and you say afterward, it's a joke.
It's a prank, bro. You got. I like that.
I just, if he died, I would watch the video, but I don't want to create revenue for a YouTube prankster.
If he lives, yeah.
He did live, unfortunately.
Well, then, what are you watching? You know. Speaking of traumatized little boys, the Dalai Lama apologizes after being caught on video asking a little boy to suck his tongue. But in the Dalai Lama's defense, he has been talking for decades about finding an inner peace.
All right, let's do another joke off.
This is going to be a multi-level joke off because I have another joke about the Dalai Lama.
Well, you can pick.
So,
you can. I wrote mine today. It just happened yesterday. So okay.
Yeah.
Dalai Lama apologizes after video asking child to suck his tongue sparks outcry. In an act of silent protest, and also because they watched the video, a few of the other monks have decided to gather in public and set their eyes on fire.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
good. Yes. The Dalai Lama was caught on video asking a little boy to suck his tongue. It turns out when he told us to seek enlightenment, he was talking about the Leather Daddy bar on the Lower East Side.
What are you making, little monk?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Neil's keeping score over there. All right, okay.
I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about, guys? Okay, who's up?
Florida man threatened mass shooting at workplace. Said he had 17 bullets for 17 heads. After his arrest, his employer expressed deep sadness over the whole thing. Because how are they supposed to replace the greatest mathematician that Florida has ever seen?
Love it. Did not see that one coming. And I got to admit, you don't want to give anyone credit, but 17 bullets for 17 heads is a pretty sick thing to say when you're going to kill somebody.
Starkweather.
That's really fine. That's really fucking cool. I got
I wouldn't be that. Yeah, I wouldn't be that confident in my aim.
No.
Yeah. Well, right. Exactly. Yeah. I've got roughly 50 to 55 bullets for 17 heads. A truck carrying, let me try that one more time when I can actually enunciate. A truck carrying 40,000 pounds of toxic soil from East Palestine train derailment crashed in a different part of Ohio. Furthering his commitment to turn his state into a poison wasteland, Ohio Governor Morton Joe was quoted as saying, "Witness me."
Nice. Love that movie.
Yeah.
There was another there was like two more train derailments. There was like one in San Antonio and one in Pittsburgh.
Trains are just derailing left and right.
With trains? Wasn't that supposed to be the safest form of travel?
Right. It used to be.
Okay. Dermatologist indicted in poisoning of husband's tea with drain cleaner. She defended herself by saying, "How was I supposed to know that drinking drain cleaner will kill you? What am I, a real doctor or something?"
I like it. I also love, this happens like almost every week where there's a news story I really wanted to write one about and couldn't do it. And you always bring it in. You always hit the ones
and
I
vice
missed.
versa, my friend. Vice versa.
I love it. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas was revealed to have been accepting luxury vacations from billionaire Republican donors. Justice Thomas could not be contacted for comment as the Proud Boys had given him Supreme Court side tickets to the Washington Wizards game.
Ooh, a lot of layers in that
Yeah,
one.
thank you. Yeah, that one was
wait.
extremely written.
Supreme Court side, that's fucking.
Thank you.
And Wizards, because
you got it.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
you got
it's
it.
just fucking levels.
It's a layer cake. Yeah, thank you.
Auschwitz Memorial calls WWE shameless for using its image in a match promo. Plus, they're not sure what the target audience is there, as most grown men who believe wrestling is real don't think the Holocaust is.
Yeah, that was great. And we got another joke.
Oh,
off.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like this. WrestleMania apologizes after using footage from Auschwitz in promotional video. WrestleMania says they will still continue to push their new superstar wrestler, the Macho Man Adolf Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was more of one of those image jokes we talk about where you have to see it in your mind. But
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Poland, I'm coming for you. Blitzing through there. Oh, yeah, baby.
God, you sound like you are the illegitimate child of the Macho Man.
100%.
Neil.
Just one?
Davey boy.
New York man allegedly sold stolen Chick-fil-A cooking oil on black market. He was able to be absolved of his crime, though, because it turns out that Chick-fil-A cooking oil can also double as a replacement for baptism water.
Nice.
Oh.
That was one of the... I could take it or leave it, but fuck, I have to hit 15 for the
You
week.
got to do it. Yeah, I struggled so much this week, and then an hour before the podcast, I wrote like 5, and I think they're all pretty good.
Mine
so
were mostly written towards the end there.
We'll see. Fox News mogul Rupert Murdoch has called off his engagement. He says he feels too healthy and vibrant to settle down. And his wife sadly had to admit he's too healthy and vibrant to die on the honeymoon.
Fucking A. Where was I? Oh, yeah, here's a stupid one. I know you guys love stupid, right?
I love them.
Masters suspended after massive trees fall at Augusta National in scary scene. Even after everything was cleaned up, fans still don't feel completely safe, as the only precaution being taken is that they're making the golfers yell timber instead of 4.
Yeah, it's right in my alley. You know what I like? I like the stupid shit. You'll like this one, Dave. I think this one
like them all.
This is stupid in a very similar way. Tesla workers shared sensitive images recorded by their cars in devastating news to the owners who selected the keyless flash your anus to start option.
That's a great visual.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Popular Easter candy Peeps contains an additive linked to cancer, Consumer Report says. The report did go on to say, though, that any cancer you get from an Easter candy isn't too severe, as even if it kills you, you'll return 3 days later.
Yeah, okay. Very, very timely. I like it. I have, again, not a joke off. Doesn't rise to the level of joke off, but also a holiday joke. So here we go. Police arrest 42 people at the border while intercepting illegal guns disguised as Easter holiday gifts. Police say they grew suspicious, seeing an unusual amount of Easter chocolate AK-47s.
Okay.
Some of them are silly.
Yeah. We get silly on this podcast
We
from
like
time
to have fun.
time.
It's not all genocide.
That's true. If only. Avian flu has killed 3 California condors in northern Arizona. Arizona has declared this a state of emergency because they said if an endangered species is going to die in their state, it had better be because they shot it.
Yeah, I like it. Illustrated Anne Frank book is banned by Florida school to be replaced with Anne Frank coloring book.
I don't know why I like that. I love that so much. All right, very nice.
Well, if you thought that was offensive, I got another golf joke.
Okay.
A 63-year-old golfer makes the cut to set Masters record. This is unprecedented, as usually when someone this age shows up to enter in, they leave when they find out it isn't a slave auction.
Yeah, good. I like it. Offensive. Great.
Slavery's bad, by the way. Though.
Yeah, well, you're making fun of
good slavery. That's for another episode.
That's another whole other episode.
And I'll make it work.
We need 45 minutes to tackle that one.
It's a spinoff of The Good Place as well.
Love that show.
TikTok to be banned in Florida state school campuses. Not for privacy, just because Florida college students are all too fat to dance.
I like it. They are fat. Rays tie modern day MLB record last accomplished 84 years ago. Although this record loses some of its luster when taken into account that the average basketball game.
Go from the top.
Rays tie modern day MLB record.
Do the whole thing again.
That is the fucking.
Oh, you did it in the tone where it didn't sound like you was.
Yeah, that was weird. You started it.
This is one of the.
You started it in the middle of joke tone.
No, tone. Okay, sorry. Listen to fucking words.
We're tone policing you right now.
You're doing that thing where when people talk to me and I'm like, fuck, I didn't listen to a word they say. Oh, they're smiling now. So,
That's how I live my life.
All right. Rays tie modern day MLB record last accomplished 84 years ago. although this record loses some of its luster when taken into account that the average baseball game roughly lasts around 84 years.
I'm glad you went back with that. That's great.
I didn't like it that much.
I liked it. I liked it. I like anything that shits on baseball.
Okay. No, what, 3 more left?
I've got a few more left.
Yeah, they're not. No, whatever.
But I can. Okay. This is another. I got a double, but I'm just going to read the premise twice. Births in Italy hit record low in 2022, a new report says. This is extra challenging for Italy, who regularly loses many of its citizens to giant green pipes.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let me just check.
Because I could stay on topic for that.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Super Mario Bros. Movie breaks this year's box office records. Although it's expected to take a significant dip in its second weekend when word gets out that the movie's about an Italian family that doesn't end with the brother being ambushed and shot several times.
Yeah, I like it. I wish I'd written a Mario joke. One of these could have worked as that. Well, I guess this
you
one
just
is.
did it.
No, but
this joke was literally a Mario joke.
But I'm sorry, I wanted to write one about the premise being the Mario Brothers movie rather than this report, which is the second joke I have. Births in Italy hit record low in 2022, a new report says. Italian men say it's just impossible to meet a good woman when the princess is always in another castle. there it was.
I like that one better.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I went with both.
Okay. This one, I fucked with the wordings, and I didn't get it right. Florida Republican compares transgender people to X-Men mutants. Unfortunately, this has caused a huge increase in demand for gender reassignment surgery, as many people now believe that being transgender means you can retract and detract your junk like Wolverine claws. I think that's another fun imagery one, but the word didn't.
My first thought was like, I would like that. That would be cool. I don't know what purpose it would serve, but it would be cool to be able to do. Taylor Swift and boyfriend Joe Alwyn break up after 6 years of dating. Apparently there was jealousy in the bedroom. Joe Alwyn would come and say, I'm happy and I'm gonna help you finish, but Beyonce was the best pussy I ever had.
That's a Kanye.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
it's a VMA Video Music Awards.
I knew I heard it somewhere.
It's a joke for my Swifties, because if you know anything about Swifties, they never got over the VMA.
I probably should
Music
post
Awards.
that one then, because it'll get a
I'm telling you, I'm playing to the Swifties. Well, let's upset them.
Let's get them in. Yeah. All right, this is my last one.
Okay, I've got 2 more, so I'll do them when you're finished then.
That's the best time.
Okay. All right. You're right. That's perfect answer. I can't even argue with that. It would just.
Correct. Okay. Do them on Neil's podcast. Mother of 6-year-old student who shot teacher charged with child neglect. The court ruled that children with attentive mothers don't bring loaded weapons into schools, and if they do, the gun would at least come in a brown paper bag with a cute little note attached to it.
Cute. I like it.
Very nice.
I like it. And I got 2 for you. I'm going to give them to you. One after another.
Boom.
Black unemployment rate hits record low in what is being called a devastating news to Dave Primiano's comedy routine.
What up with that?
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. It got me good when I wrote it. And then New Jersey governor declares state a safe haven for gender affirming care, reaffirming what everyone on the East Coast already knows. The state of New Jersey is the place for unwanted pricks.
Fun.
Thank you.
Fun stuff.
The news. It was fun. It was fun. This week.
Oh, wait, we're not allowed to do that.
No, we are not. If you had said one more word there, we would have been sued.
I'm dwarf shelving it. That's what we're gonna name it, right?
I'm windmilling.
Windmilling. There you go.
Wait, that just looks like jerking off too.
Yeah,
you got to go full rotation.
Dwarves do after the battle.
Go full rotation to not.
Yeah, full windmilling.
Because no one's shaped like that. All right, so what do you got coming up?
You know, it's funny. Every week I say I've got nothing coming up, and then the week shakes up and I end up doing a bunch of shows. So what y'all should do if you're my fans, because all my fans are listening, follow me on social media, because sometimes I get added to shows last minute, like I did every day this weekend. This weekend I have one scheduled show. It's on Friday at the Sound Bank in Phoenixville. It's super fun. I can't recommend it highly enough to the Philly area people. Come on out. Tickets are on sale. And at the door and online, I'm posting about it all over the place. Lamar Todd, Tommy Highland, Jay Yoder, a Drop Tent comic himself, and me. And we're going to make you laugh. And it's pretty cheap. Good night.
Sweet. All right. I got my Drop Tent show still. My White Horse Winery. My mom's coming to that one.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not introducing anyone.
Yeah, I know.
I'll Neil's going to be there. Adam, your podcast co-host.
Oh boy,
who will get acclimated. Well, I've known him. And Brian Isley, one of our recent guests, is going to be on it.
Hilarious.
And that's the lineup, right? The four of us, all dudes. That's good.
No, you'd be a fan.
No pauses in the laugh. No, I'm fucking around. I'm joking. I swear. Yeah. Why did I even? We're live. Yeah, and also check us out on how long does it take you to edit episodes? We're going to be on another Drop Tent Media show,
literally immediately after we're done recording this one,
but it's not live.
Yeah, so your episode should be coming out next week, so it'll be up there Wednesday.
But the listeners of our show will know.
Watch us
about to do it right now.
Yeah, watch us hijack their show.
If you want to get that early, you can go to patreon.com/cultofus. You'll get the episode a day early as well.
Oh my God, people are going to fucking pay to watch us. That's retarded.
I'm against it.
I respect the hustle.
All right. Neil. Say something.
Yeah, just go to IamNeilWood.com or droptent.com for all the dates and details and places you'll see me. A show that's not on Drop Tent, but you'll find at IamNeilWood.com I'll be at Comedy on the Crick at the Buck Hotel April 28th. Come on out for that. Again, that's IamNeilWood.com. Thank you, guys.
Sweet. That's our show.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We miss you, Jim Gillespie. Get well soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you guys for listening. This was great. We had a great time. Dave, I'll see you next week.
Right on.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of Drop 10 Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to drop10.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see Drop 10 on. We appreciate it. Go to drop10.com now.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.